when you become just the second ever true freshman starting quarterback in college football history to win a national championship, you are going to draw massive attention. Especially when you do it by completing 20 of 32 passes for 347 yards and 3 touchdowns in a blowout win against Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide, long considered the premier program in college football. That title may be shifting toward the Clemson Tigers after Monday night's 2019 college football playoff national championship game domination, which was led by Lawrence under center. The quarterback, who was ranked as the 247th Sports Composite No. 1 overall player in the class of 2018 coming out of Cartersville High School, Cartersville, GA, looked as if he had been slinging the ball around on a college field for years instead of just the 14 games he played in prior to the showdown with the Crimson Tide. Current NFL rules stipulate that a player must be 3 years removed from high school in order to enter the NFL draft, but the performance led many to ask, could Lawrence be the No. 1 overall pick in the upcoming NFL draft if he was eligible right now? Some agree that the freshman could be the first selection this year, and others even suggested that Lawrence should fight the current NFL eligibility requirements. But after just one college season, is he really ready? Scroll up to see the various media takes on Lawrence and the NFL. It's a shame the system will now force Trevor Lawrence to play 2 more years of college football, risking his knees and shoulders for Clemson after already winning it in national championship. Skip Bayless, at Real Skip Bayless, January 8, 2019 noted hot take artist Skip Bayless was bashing the NFL eligibility rules after watching Lawrence carve up the Crimson Tide defense in the national championship game. There is an injury risk every time a player steps on the football field, although quarterbacks are more protected now in the game than at any other point in the sport's history. Still, there is always a chance that a catastrophic injury could derail anyone's career. If he hasn't already, it may be a good time for Lawrence to invest in an insurance policy in order to ease the worry of an injury that could potentially tank his NFL draft stock. If I'm Trevor Lawrence, I filed a lawsuit to be allowed to enter the NFL before I leave the team hotel tonight. Kyle Tucker, at Kyle Tucker. ATH, January 8, 2019 Should Trevor Lawrence take the drastic option of suing the NFL in order to gain immediate eligibility for the NFL draft? It would certainly be a bold, and costly, venture to entertain. However, the Clemson quarterback wouldn't be the first to try it. Back in September 2003, former Ohio State running back Maurice Clarett, who was facing a year suspension as a sophomore due to improper benefits, sued the NFL in order to try and enter the draft prior to being 3 years removed from high school. While Clarett initially won the suit in February 2004, the ruling was overturned by an appeals court 3 months later. The running back then tried to petition the Supreme Court to hear his case, but his plea was denied. Clarett had to wait until the 2005 NFL Draft. Lawrence should be able to go to the league if he wants to. But people are crazy if they think it would serve him to be an NFL player at 19. They'll break that boy in half. https://t.co/fund3gznr4n, Bomani Jones, at Bomani_Jones, January 8, 2019 While Lawrence's skill may be ready for the NFL, is his body? The Clemson quarterback is listed at 6'6" and 215 pounds, and he could benefit from 2 more seasons to add weight at the college level. It definitely matters, but it's likely that Lawrence would still be capable of performing on an NFL field right now. For comparison's sake, New York Giants quarterback Eli Manning is listed at 6'5" and 218 pounds. Few quarterbacks have taken more hits over the past few seasons than Manning, who hasn't suffered a major injury. And Lawrence, although considered a traditional pocket passer, is a lot more mobile than Manning ever was. Trevor Lawrence is the best true freshman QB I've ever seen. If I was running an NFL team, I'd be making trades for as many 2021 picks I could get my hands on. Gil Brandt, at Gil. Brandt, January 8, 2019. When Gil Brandt speaks, people listen. This is high praise for Lawrence from the longtime NFL talent evaluator. It would take some shrewd planning by a NFL general manager to stockpile picks 2 years in advance, while still fielding a competitive team. But as the 2021 NFL Draft gets closer, if a team isn't already a Super Bowl contender, then it would be a good idea to try and position itself to land Lawrence in the draft. Has there ever been a player that could have been an overall NFL pick after any of the 3-4 years he played college ball? Herschel, Bo. Similarly, Lawrence appears to be ahead of the curve as just a true freshman. The Clemson quarterback can make all the throws needed to be an elite NFL signal caller, and he'll only get better with a minimum 2 more seasons at the college ranks. Trevor Lawrence is better than several NFL quarterbacks. Shame he has to play 2 more years for free. Orlando Ledbetter, at Orlandoic, January 8, 2019. It's not a matter of if, but when Trevor Lawrence lands on a NFL roster. Barring major injury, Lawrence is likely going to be the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. That means one less quarterback spot on the roster for someone. Of course, it's impossible to predict who that player might be. But all aspiring and current quarterbacks on NFL rosters, beware, Lawrence is coming. Trevor Lawrence, Justin Ross, an overall player in the state to attend Clemson, also made the college football world take notice on Monday night. Ross caught 6 passes, including 2 ridiculous one-handed grabs, for 153 yards and touchdown. T. Higgins also caught a touchdown in the national title win over the Crimson Tide. But unlike Lawrence and Ross, Higgins is a sophomore, meaning he will be eligible for the NFL Draft after next season. Can you believe we have to wait 2 years for a terrible NFL coach to run the ball on first down every time despite having Trevor Lawrence? Kevin Clark, at Bikevin Clark, January 8, 2019. If you think there is Trevor Lawrence hype now, just wait until the fan base of the NFL team that drafts him gets on board. The Clemson quarterback will likely be treated as the savior of the franchise, especially if he captures another national championship before his career with the Tigers is over. If his NFL team doesn't win, then his future coaches may end up taking heat. Trevor Lawrence is 19, an October birthday, 19 no less. Stop it with this NFL talk. Just stop. David Chancellor, at David Chancellor, January 8, 2019. Age ain't nothing but a number. Trevor Lawrence will turn 20 in October, and he will certainly mature and get better with more time in college. But we're seeing more and more in sports these days that players develop immense talent at younger ages than we've been accustomed to seeing throughout history. This development is even more pronounced at the quarterback position, where some athletes get the benefit of personal training and coaching before they even reach middle school, if not sooner. Texted an NFL personnel exec asking where Clemson QB Trevor Lawrence would go if he were eligible to enter the NFL Draft this year. The response: first team that needs a QB. He's a special one. Nick Wagoner, at New Wagoner, January 8, 2019. The fact that Trevor Lawrence is just 19 would not stop at least one NFL executive from taking him #1 overall immediately. When your talent shines through, NFL decision-makers take notice. Quarterback is the most pivotal position on the field, and you can bet multiple NFL franchises wish Lawrence was eligible for the draft right now.